on a PF party with immediate effect. Chiwenga retired this week, just over a month after the military temporarily took control of the country on November 15th. Now, for more on the story, we are joined on the line by Zimbabwe's ambassador to South Africa, Isaac Moyo. Mr. Moyo, thank you so much for joining us on SABC News. Now, was this announcement expected?
Yes, good day to your listeners. This announcement was generally accepted by Zimbabweans, and it was expected too.
Now, let's look at the significance of having two deputies, Mr. Moyo.
Well, the significance is that this captures a part of the history of the country. We had problems emanating from SAPU and ZANU, the two parties that fought the liberation struggle. They signed a unit agreement in 1987. And one of the agreements was that there would always be two deputies, and this is also stipulated in our constitution. So it is really to foster national cohesion in the country.
Now, President Mnangagwa focused on the economy during his discussions with the South African delegation. What's the way forward for Zim?
Well, the way forward is that Zimbabwe is ready to do business with whoever wants to do business with us. President Mnangagwa was here and outlined that readiness very clearly. He outlined how we have changed certain policies regarding business issues. He outlined how we will continue to improve the business environment in the country, and he invited those who may wish to do business with Zimbabwe to feel very free to engage us and do whatever business they would want to do. So really going forward, it is business, business, and business for Zimbabwe. That is what we are putting emphasis on.
Now, speaking of being open for business, do you think the perceptions around the country are beginning to change? We think the perceptions are changing, and for good reason. You would have seen how oversubscribed the meeting we had at the embassy for Zimbabweans and the South African business people. Almost several thousands people packing themselves in the embassy grounds. You would also have heard of various pronouncements on Zimbabwe coming from a number of countries, some of them quite critical of Zimbabwe only a few weeks ago. We think that the perceptions on Zimbabwe are changing. And yes, they must change because the situation on the ground is changing. Now, just finally, Mr. Moyo, I think a great way to end this would be to look at the sentiments of Zimbabweans at home, but also abroad. Are they ready to come back home and help rebuild the country, or is that going to take time?
The Zimbabweans are ready to go back home and make their contribution. The president invited the Zimbabweans when he addressed them recently here in Pretoria to come back home. And they took that message very positively. Representatives of the Zimbabwean Diaspora community who addressed that meeting expressed those similar sentiments that the Diaspora members really want to go back home. In the embassy, we are overwhelmed by indications from Zimbabweans here in South Africa who want to go back home. In fact, we even know some Zimbabweans who have gone back home in the last few days. So that sentiment is quite widespread, not only in South Africa, but wherever Zimbabweans are throughout the world.
Mr. Moyo, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us on SABC News. That was Zimbabwe's ambassador to South Africa, Isaac Moyo.
Now, officials in Tanzania say at least 22 people are feared to have drowned after two boats collided on Lake